We putting work, turning nothing into something. They feelings hurt, we turning nothing into something. Give a fuck if they don't like me, cause all this bread I count excites me. Turning nothing to something, nothing into something. Turning nothing to something.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What is going on, everybody? What is going on? And welcome to back-to-back nights of Blunt Thoughts Live. And this time we do have the special edition, the conversation with the Mets SuperFan. And like I said, it's gonna be a Dominican party tonight. As we got a fellow Dominican here joining me tonight. My guy MasterFlip doing the damn thing all over the Mets stuff, trying to bring all Dominicans to the Mets. Hey, I'm all for it. Trying to have the WBC team here with the New York Mets. But as long as we win, I don't give a damn who we have. But anyways, enough of the nonsense. Let's bring my guy on because I don't got too much time tonight, and I don't want to waste his time on a work night. But my guy, MasterFlip, how you doing, my brother? Uh-oh. You muted yourself again. What's going on? How come I can't hear it? What is going on? Let me see. I can't fix it. I don't know. Do you have one of those what you call it? Where you press like on the mic itself, where there's like a mute button on the mic? Do you know? Like if you slide your hand over it or something? Because some of these mics have that. I don't know, but you would know. And yours doesn't have the light. I think those usually have a light. But I can't hear you at all now. Golly. Nothing. And we checked this like 3 times, ladies and gentlemen, before we came on, because we were kind of having this issue a little bit. And we thought we had it figured out. But apparently we don't. So listen, what's a Dominican party that's not started late as we did, and that doesn't have some kind of technical difficulties, right? Yo, DJ, man, no se oye la música, ¿qué es lo que está pasando? Nothing, bro. Nada. All right, so he'll be back. While he comes back, let's talk to you guys. How's everybody doing tonight, man? How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for joining us again on a back-to-back nights here, man. You guys are the greatest. Shout out to Cindy, who came in early on and gave us a little shout out. She's working tonight, I'm pretty sure, as she often has to work on the weeknights. So thank you, Cindy, and thanks for coming back on the playback and watching it later on. We appreciate that, and we appreciate everybody that does that. Camera's a little too high. It's a little bit too bright in here today. What the hell is going on? It's because I changed my light bulb. And now it's like, man, that was good when I changed it at first. But now it's like, yo, it's too bright up in here. But that's the light we want, though. We don't want that. We don't want that. Anyways, Nelson. How's it going, Nelson? Let's see who else we got in. Who we got in here? My guy, Ken. I ain't even going to bring your comments on the screen, Ken. Can't talk about me and me and Flip look alike. What is it, man? All Dominicans look alike? What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you, man? Mets Flips, what's going on, man? Let's go, Mets, baby. Yo, Darren. Wow. I haven't even talked about this, but this is active super chats, all that good stuff. I don't even know what it's called. Darren, appreciate you, man. You guys don't have to do any of that stuff. That's just there because it is. But anything that anybody contributes, it'll go towards our first annual Blunt Thoughts get together at a Mets game this year. Whether, like I said yesterday, whether it be we get group tickets and we get into a party area, or whether we go and we freaking do a tailgate, all that good stuff. So we appreciate you. We appreciate everybody, man. I don't know where the hell Flip is at, man, but he better hurry the hell up. I ain't got all night now. He's coming back now. Let's hope that when we bring him back, we got some audio. He might have gotten rid of the nice mic because I think he was having trouble with it. Hey, Lisa, what's going on, Lisa? How you doing? What's up, Eva? Thanks for the repost. Appreciate you. Yo, my guy Kenny, how you doing, man? It's been a minute. Now let's see. Yo, Nelson, yo me iba a dar una presidente, pero no se puede hoy, manito. No se puede. Hoy no. Dime, Flip, I got you back, but I still got no audio. What's going on, bro? Bro, maybe I don't know what the hell. Because it should come through even if it's just from the computer. But go in the computer settings and make sure your audio is where you want it to be. Nah, I really can't read lips. Can you? Ken, let me how about this, Ken? If you can read lips, you read his lips and you type it out, everything that he says for everybody here. So you want to be a smart ass tonight. My guy Ken. Concho Flip. You gotta figure this audio out. Let me see something here. I really can't do nothing about it. Everything here is good from what I can see. Yep. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you may or may not know, it feels like it's about to kick in, but something I don't know. But I still can't hear you, bro. Um, for those that don't know, I know Amizi was asking yesterday about what's happening next during the offseason. The GM meetings do start tomorrow. I know he mentioned that GM meetings start tomorrow. And I saw before I came on here, I was just looking on X real quick that what you gonna call it, Framber Valdez is actually at the GM meetings trying to talk to teams face to face. You don't see that too much, but here's a guy who's trying to find himself a team and not trying to waste too much time. So that's gonna be interesting how that plays out. And listen, I've said it before. I'm interested in a Framber Valdez. I see a Framber Valdez as someone who could be maybe like, and I guess because we're here and we see the Yankees and all that, but like maybe like what CC Sabathia was to the Yankees when the Yankees got CC Sabathia. Come in here, anchor the rotation for a bit, help bring the young guys along, bring anybody that comes in along, but be that guy for a while, right? I think Framber could do that for us. And this is the whole thing with him crossing up the catcher, hitting the catcher, and all that good stuff. Listen, it happens. We talk about we want some fire from our guys. Well, here's a guy that had fire. I know you don't want it to be, with your own teammates and stuff, but nonetheless, um, you take it. You take it, and you hope that that's a one-time thing. That's what I was asking him, Quays, if his mic is on mute. Shout out to the homie Quays who finally joins us. You're late, bro. You're getting fined. Damn, bro. Nah, but he's not using the mic. Yo, check. I don't know if you're using a laptop or the computer. I know my laptop on the side has like a mute button itself. I remember the first time I tried to use it for this, that shit was muted, and I had no idea, and there was nothing I could do about it. I had to jump on my phone. That was the worst. I was so upset. So maybe is that he already did that. He left and came back. But yeah, guys, um, I'm trying to buy time without getting into stuff because listen. I did this yesterday. What the hell are we gonna say? That we want to trade for Tyreek Scooble. That we want to trade for Sandy Alcantara. I know Flip wants to do all those moves. That we want to trade for Jose Ramirez. I really don't want to talk about that stuff. Definitely not by myself. So I really hope that Flip is able to yeah, I said old Dominicans looking like no, I said, do you think old Dominicans looking like Ken? Oh man. For those that weren't here, Ken want to pop in right away, talk about me and Flip look like each other. I guess he was saying that from the picture. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Not even close. Not even close. Plus, don't diss Flip like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't diss Flip like that. But yo, Ken, you're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. Let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, besides the fact that I know that nobody wants to pay Pete, where you are, where you are as a fan, as a Mets fan right now, what are you looking for this team to do as we try to get Flip back in here? What is your wish list for this team? Let me hear some of that. Oh, I hear something.
You hear something?
I hear something. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
tell me I hear me, bro.
We hear you finally.
Oye, mano. Nothing works, bro. Fuck a mic, bro. I'm gonna just toss that shit right now.
Nah, it's gotta be something with the
Yeah,
connection or something.
I tried everything. There's laptop settings, everything, nothing. But I'm glad I'm on. Que lo, espérate. Official intro. Hey.
There you go. There. Dime a ver, mi hermano, y entonces, ¿qué es lo que? Tranquilo.
Tranqui, bro. Yeah, man. I just want to say, bro, thanks for having me. I think this what you're doing with the super fan thing, bro. I think this is great. Bring in the fans just closer, to the community, and it's great, man. Glad to be on.
No, no, thank you, and thanks for coming on. And yeah, I thought something different. And listen, that's what it's always been about for me is talking to other fans, seeing how other fans feel. You know what I'm saying? Bouncing ideas, whether right, wrong, and indifferent. Is not. I'm not here to try to convince anybody of anything or be convinced. But sometimes that happens, right? You may say something. I'm like, damn, Flip has a point, you know, or vice versa. But at the end of the day, if that doesn't happen, we move on. It's no big deal. Some things within time you're able to tell who's wrong or right or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, most of the things I don't want to be right because only thing I want to be right about is the Mets winning, man. That's all I
That's it.
want is for the Mets to win. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the same for all of us. So yeah, man, that's we lost them again. Oh my gosh, this is really a Dominican stream tonight for sure, for sure. Oh my gosh, we would have a laugh track right now. We'll get him back.
Y yo, estos dominicanos no saben operar esta vaina. ¿Qué le está pasando? Bro, I'm on the phone. I press one button. Yeah, shit just left, yo. Diablo.
Oh man.
I'm gonna just stay put, bro. I can't move.
Yeah. You can't go check no messages or
Yeah, I
nothing
can't do
like that.
shit. Sheesh. Diablo.
Lisa says, let there be sound.
Me tienes
Yes,
preso, mano. Diablo.
yes. Hey, let me say this right now. Disclaimer. This is going to be a Spanglish stream tonight, I'm pretty sure, because we're going to get into the Spanish. And it just happens naturally when you get two Dominicans together, man. You know what I'm saying? Or two Latinos, whether it be Dominicans, Puerto Rico, whatever. We're just going to jump back and forth, whatever the hell we feel comfortable with. And it may be just all English. I'm just saying, just in case I don't want to hear no nonsense. Al que no le gusta que se vaya para la mierda. Anyway, let's get to the matter at hand. Demon, Master Flip. How about that? That's the first question, Master Flip. I don't even know your real name, but it doesn't really matter, right? But what is Master Flip? What does that come from?
So the real name. I'm part of a trilogy. Maybe that's
Okay.
why I'm so in tune with the 3 run blast. But my dad is Felipe. I'm Philip, and I got my little one. I got a 5-year-old. He's Philip. He's the third. And so, but Master Flip that came about in '04, more or less. The Flip. Well, there's this urban rapper, Little Flip, and my good friend growing up, we used to play video games all the time. Man, one time, he just said there's a song. I think the name of the song is like Game Over or something. And he's like, Flip. Flip, game over. Like he beat me. Like, we were playing some fucking 2K shit, and he beat me. And after that, like people just started calling me Flip, and that shit just, you know, what I'm saying, like then Master Flip became a gamer tag for Xbox, and after that, bro, it was GG's from there.
Yeah, yeah. Um, where's Master Flip from? Obviously, Master Flip is Dominican, but is Master Flip born in DR? Master Flip is born in the US. Master Flip is from New York. Master Flip is from Queens. Where leave me?
So I am born and raised in the Bronx. So I
Okay.
gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta
In
wear
enemy
the orange and
territory.
blue.
Woo, this is gonna be
I'm in
fun.
enemy territory, and I gotta wear the orange and blue with a badge of honor.
Yeah. Do you still live in the Bronx or no?
I'm in the Bronx right now, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So you
Yes,
still
sir.
okay? Okay, okay. Now, how the heck does Master Flip become a Mets fan in the Bronx, in
Woo.
Yankee Town, in enemy territory, like us, enemy territory? Oof.
Bro, I mean, we gotta go back to my dad. My guy came to the States like the early 80s, and the Mets were up and coming in the early 80s. And he was familiar with baseball. He played baseball back home. So when he came over in the early 80s, he had to make a choice. And he chose right. So when I was conceived in the late 80s, I already had the orange and blue in my DNA. But the first thing was falling in love with baseball. And it was an easy thing to do. I'll say that. It's a tough thing to do now because I got a 5-year-old, and for me to get him into baseball is like you gotta watch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a struggle. But with me, you know what I'm saying, like growing up with limited means, like TV wasn't a thing back then. We didn't have cable growing up. You know what I'm saying? So there was a time where like I was like tied to my mom. Like wherever my mom was, I had to be there. And just to give you an idea of it, like kindergarten. I was in kindergarten, bro. My mom had to be there next to me in kindergarten, taking fucking kindergarten classes with me. But one time, my mom was gonna go out, and like I ran out to chase her, and my dad, this was probably like 90, the kindergarten, like 94, and 94, 95.
Oh my
My
God!
dad was
Hold
like
on, hold on, hold the fuck on, bro. Did you say kindergarten in '94?
94, bro. I'm 36,
Golly, man. Jeez, fuck me. I
bro.
graduated high school in '94, bro.
Nah,
Gosh.
bro. So look, check it out. So my dad, he was like, "Yo, just come over here. The game's about to start." And I was, yo, bro. I no pushback, no nothing. I was like, okay. I was like, cool. And it was at that moment that like, yo, bro, baseball just took over for me. Like that attachment I had with my mom, everything. Baseball took precedent over everything. And like my obsession just grew from there. And again, I didn't grow up with cable. So I listened to a lot of Gary and my man Bob Murphy on the radio growing up. Um, but whenever we had a chance to watch games on TV, that was like next level for us, for me. And but that shit just grew from there, man. I got a couple core memories growing up in the mid '90s. Like I remember, going to, and this is something that I'm gonna petition my man Steve Cohen for. Fucking merengue nights. We gotta bring that shit back to Shea Stadium, bro. I think merengue nights, my man, was like a core memory growing up. Going to every. I think it started like in '97. Going to merengue night to sit at Shea Stadium, it was next level, man. But my
No,
my, my
and I
family,
think I remember them doing it at City Field because I think I remember going and like I've said before, you lucky if you went to a lot of Shea Stadium games. I didn't go to a lot of games at Shea Stadium. As a
nah,
kid, even as an adult, I went to more as an adult, probably. But I
yeah,
think
I
I
remember
remember
one time.
them doing merengue night because I think it was like Tonio Rosario performing on top of the
Oye,
dugout or
Rosario,
something like
Sergio
that.
Vargas, bro. If you got memories of merengue night at Shea Stadium, as always, my man Sergio Vargas with a big afro singing in the Shea Stadium mound. It was lit. There was
Right.
one year, I think it might have been '97 or '98. It was one of those years, or '99. It was one of those years. The Mets played the Cubs. So Sammy Sosa came to town, and it happened to be merengue night. And I'm over here waiting in line, waiting to get in with my little DR flag and shit. And I remember there's this guy, he's sitting behind me. He looks at me. I was probably like 9 years old, like 8 or 9. Guy looks at me. He's like, "Yo, are you here for the concert?" Because it was a merengue night again, bro. People would show up legit for the concert. They didn't care about the game. Dominicans would pull up, bro. They didn't care about the game. They'll pull up in the
Right.
seventh inning, just waiting for the concert. So I'm there just waiting to get in. My man is like, "Yo, are you here for the concert? You here for the game?" I'm waving my flag out, bro. I'm here for both, my man. And but it was lit, man. that year, that game, I remember a core memory. I know Sammy Sosa hit a shot that was caught in the warning track. I've never seen so much DR flags at a game when my man Sammy Sosa came up to the plate in the late '90s. This shit was lit, man.
No, listen, man. After the strike, thank you, Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire. Listen, I know the whole steroids thing, the PDs, whatever you want to call it, not good, but they definitely bring baseball back. If you was in the heights in that time, bro, every car had whatever number Sosa home run, whatever number home run Sosa had was written on people's cars. You know, it was Dominican. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was
But
all over the place.
that's a funny thing because Dominicans, for whatever reason, the Dominicans will tally an extra home run before he hit it. So if he hit, it was number 62. They'll put number 62 before he even hit it. So you have people like my dad had number 62 in his cabbie back in the day, and people be like, "Yo, he hit number 62." Like, nah, not yet, not yet. But
Pero él lo va a dar hoy, no te apures, que lo va a dar hoy mismo, no te
él lo
apures.
da ahorita, sí.
Que lo da ahorita mismo, ya, olvídate de eso. For sure, for sure, for sure. Oh, man. But nah, man, listen, I think for me, the best way, because I think I remember falling in love with the game first. Before I even knew like that there were these professional teams. Like I remember when I found out about I don't remember when I found out about professional baseball, but I remember finding out about professional basketball when my cousin who's like 6 months older than me was like, yo, there's basketball and the Knicks drafted this guy named Patrick Ewing and blah blah blah. Boom. That was that. And we played basketball, you know what I'm saying? I played basketball, like, whatever. But I think, like, even for your son, the best way to have him fall in love with the game is having to fall in love with the game first. You know what I'm saying? It's playing catch with him and hitting grounders and so on and so forth. That's how you get him to fall in love with the game. And then the love for the team, I think, will come after that naturally by him seeing you watch the games and enjoy the games, get excited over it.
It's so
Oh, Dad,
listen.
okay.
It's so difficult to do now, and we ran a space about. I think it was this
But
past week.
this
We
is
ran a
me without kids talking shit, right?
So look,
Let me
we ran
listen
a
to the dad.
space. We ran a space about a week ago, and this guy came in. He's like, "Yo, this was the best baseball season." I'm like, "What? What do you mean? This is probably the worst." He's like, "No, listen, my son fell in love with baseball. He's 10 years old. So to me, this was the best season." And growing up, you could see why at an early age I could fall in love with baseball because I could. There was nothing to watch on TV. You know what I'm saying? But now I got a son, he's 5. There's so much to do for these kids with the iPads and the games, and it's tough, man. It's tough to get them
No,
to sit down and watch 9 innings of baseball.
no, for sure. But that's what I'm saying. If you get him to fall in love with the game first, then that'll come naturally. He's gonna want to watch on his own. You know what I'm saying? Just because he loves the game. How you
I'm
get him to fall in love with the game? Just playing the game with him, playing
I'm
catch.
gonna
And,
have
and I'm
to.
like, again, I'm not a dad. And listen, let me tell you, and I can understand what you're going through. It's shout out to my nephew. He's probably watching, one of my nephews. But when my sister moved out to Tampa, right? I've said this story a few times. When my sister was moving out to Tampa, I forget how old he was. Maybe like 7 years old, 8 years old, 7 years old or so. I don't even remember. I said, okay, let me take this little guy to a game before he leaves, spend some uncle nephew time. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I had to leave by the second inning.
Sheesh.
I was so tight, Flip. I wanted to kick him back to the heights. Straight up, like, yo, here. Call my sister, like, yo, here's your son. Let me punt this little motherfucker. Now this guy towers over me.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, nephew. I'm kidding. And then, it just happens, right? They move to Florida, whatever. Boom, boom. Talking. Oh, yeah. Uncle, I like the Mets. Yeah, whatever. Really, okay, whatever, dude. He comes back to visit. My cousin gives me some tickets. My cousin is an attorney. The firm he was with, anyways. Long story short, gives me some tickets. We're sitting right by third base, third row. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, double header with the Cardinals. I said, I'm gonna take this little guy. At least the tickets are free. When he wants to leave, whatever, dude. Nah, let's stay.
Hmm.
Why? Cespedes, bro. That's why Cespedes forever will be that guy for me. because Cespedes made my nephew, who was he never played baseball or anything like that because of different reasons, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, but he made him a diehard Met fan, and the best part about it is that his dad is a diehard Yankee fan. And his dad was always like, "Yo, you're not gonna be a Met fan. You're not gonna be a Met fan. We Yankee fans. We da 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 da." And I never like, you know what I'm saying? I just took him to games. Since after that, anytime him and my niece were in New York, let's go to a game. That's what Uncle does. You want to spend time with Uncle? Let's go to a game. And of course, I would do other things with them. Now, bro, they can't like anytime they come go to a game and the Mets in town. You know what I'm saying? So it'll happen, bro. It'll happen. It just
No,
gotta be that thing that'll kick it for him. You know what I'm saying?
you got to start somewhere. And I guess for me, is I remember 2000 was such a special year for me. 2000, the year
Yeah,
began
that's what
in
happened. 15 for with
the
Cespedes and yeah.
2000, the year began in Japan, and I'm here in fifth grade. And bro, I used to go to class. I used to be the first one in class up in there. I skipping school was a non-negotiable for me. And the Mets begin the season in Japan, and I'm over here listening to the game, bro. And it's time for me to go to school, and it's like 8 o'clock. It's like 8 something. The game is still on, and I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, what I'm gonna do, bro? You know what? I fucking snuck in a fucking boombox to school, my man. I go into the fucking auditorium. I'm there sitting in the back listening to my Mets, bro. My man Benny Akbayani hits a grand slam over here, jumping up with the fucking boombox in my head, bro. Like, yeah, I know where this shit's live, bro. But that's a core memory I have from that year. But that year, man, it was special, bro. I remember in that summer, in the eighth, what was it, the eighth run rally against the Braves. It was in the summer. My parents were in DR, and the Mets, you know what I'm saying? Like they coming back, and Mike Piazza come to the plate. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just standing there. I'm like, yo, God, if you real, yo, I put the Almighty to the test. I'm like, yo, God, if you real, let him hit a home run right here, bro. My guy Mike Piazza never swings first pitch, bro. My man hit a knock, bro. My man, I let out a fucking tear, bro. I felt the fucking the a touch from the Holy Ghost. I was at that moment, bro. I was like, yo, nah, something special's happening right here, bro. But as a kid, I think the best thing about sports, what makes sports so beautiful, is that in any given core memory, you remember what you were wearing, you remember what you were thinking, what you were feeling, and that core memory is special, man.
No, for sure. Now, I have a terrible memory, so I don't be. Sometimes I listen to people talking. I'm like, damn, I wish I could remember things like that. Then as I start hearing, like, oh yeah, like I remember that. I definitely remember that. I mean, then there's little things that my memories for sure. Now, did you play baseball as a kid?
I mean, I played baseball virtually at an early age, and I played baseball. My dad always put me in them leagues. Growing up, that same year, 2000 year. Let me go back to that year, same year, 2000 year. My dad comes home, right? And he goes, yo, tengo un alagaito aquí. He had a jacket on. He goes, yo, I got something right here. I'm like, what? Like, you scary. What the fuck? I'm like, well, how old was I? I was like 11. And when I reached in his jacket, my man had triple play 2000 with Sammy Sosa on the cover.
Mm.
And so I guess like at an early age, again, now kids, they got the games, they got the Fortnite, they got this, they got that. So it's kind of hard, you know what I'm saying? But back in the day, having that triple play 2000 game be the first game that you fucking own, and you play it, you start familiarizing yourself with the players. You see the players' ratings. Bro, I put out a tweet a few days ago and I said that Tariq Skubal re-signing with the Tigers is good for baseball. And
Absolutely.
I stand by that because, bro, even at an early age, when I used to go through the lineups in the 2000s, and I used to see the teams and the ratings, the players that they had, bro, every team had a good ass player. You know what I'm saying? And now you go through the teams, it's like, yo, like the Pirates, they can't even fucking afford to keep their own. You know what I'm saying? So just to kind of keep everything at an even scale, just live, man.
No, I agree with you 1,000%. I've said that a million times. I've even said, yo, if the Pirates trade Paul Skeens, they should be kicked out of the league, bro. Like, what are we doing? The fact that the Milwaukee Brewers are talking about trading Freddie Peralta is embarrassing to me, bro. Especially the guy that I think he has like it is a $4 million option or something like that. His contract.
Yeah, it's eight mil for
Eight
26.
mil, okay.
Yeah,
Like
but
I hate that about some of these teams. Like, nah, I would like to see teams keep their players. And yeah, listen, it's fun to see guys move. And of course, when they're available, I want to get all of them.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If they're available, I want to get all of them to help us win. But I'm totally with you on that. I don't like the fact like how you the Tigers and you come off the year that the back to back years and now you're gonna trade this guy. Like then like if I was a Tigers fan, and listen, I guess we never really had anybody that good or really built like that as Met fans. We've had a couple of years or a year that we just come out of nowhere. That's how it happens for the Mets. They just come out of
Hmm.
nowhere, they make a run, and like, oh, okay, yeah, next year, and then next year they smack us in the face. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? But I nah, man. If I was a fan of the Tigers or any of them teams, like, what the hell are we doing? What's the point? What's the
It
point?
sucks. It sucks. You got to look at the business part of it. If you're the Tigers, you got to think: are we one player away or two players away from making a serious run? You know what I mean? So at that point, you have to make the business decision if paying a guy 400 million is good for business. If you're the Tigers, you know what I'm saying? If
Right,
you're a big market
but
team like the Dodgers, Mets, or Yankees, one of those big teams, then you know what I mean?
it seems like these teams are always doing that. So then you shouldn't be in this business if every time you're faced with having to bring a guy back on your own team that you should be building behind, it's like, oh, it's not good for business because we can't commit that much money to this guy. Then what the hell are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So the only way you're gonna win is if you get lucky enough to build through the farm and you have guys come up, and because you have them all under control, and then maybe you go out and you get one or two guys.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess but whatever. The main concern is for our Mets to win. So let's get back to that. And now that we've gotten to know a little bit of my guy Flip, now let's get into a little bit about what my guy Flips thinks about these Mets and how this season has gone and just how it's all gone and him watching throughout the years and you know, like you seem I don't want to say positive because I've seen you get upset and I don't want to say negative, right? But because I call it just being real. I
Mhm.
call it being blunt, right? And people say, "Oh, you're negative. You're this. You're too critical of the team, or you hate the team. You're a hater." No, I'm just calling how I see it. You know, some people feel like you have to be positive all the time, or no. But like, where are you right now with the state of the Mets, with how we've come the last few years, the Steve Cohen ownership? Let me ask you this: were you someone that felt like we have to get rid of the Wilpons? These guys can't own the team anymore. Were you one of those fans that maybe even boycotted the team because of the Wilpons? I read, of course, a lot of those fans. I would go to City Field like, I'm not coming here anymore until they sell this damn team. Where was
I
Flip on
mean,
that?
absolutely, man. I mean, my favorite player growing up. I mean, I had a lot of them back in the good runs, the Jose Reyes, the Beltran, the Wright. You know what I'm saying? When they let Reyes go, we were like, yo, like, what are we doing, bro? We had the big core with the Reyes, Beltran, and Wright, and we're gonna blow it up and let my man walk for nothing. Why? Because you don't want to pay him. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, I was like, bro, like these motherfuckers ain't good for baseball. They'll sell the team at that point. So. I was very much on board with get the Wilpons out here.
So now that and I guess this is who's not? Because you find some people, but
But as far as where I'm with the Mets now, look, I said something a couple days ago, and I'm optimistic, honestly, because we see the names that are available through free agency. We saw the list of names that Bob Nightingale put out there today in terms of guys that may be available through trades. And I honestly believe there's possibly no way that David Stearns can fuck up this offseason. There's just no way. There's too many names out there. There's too many pivot plans. You could have a plan A or plan double A, plan triple A, plan quadruple A. There's just so many avenues that you can try to go to replace, let's say, an Alonso. there's too many guys available to not go out and get have an A+ winter.
No, for real. I agree. And that's what I'm saying. This is, to me, this is a very important offseason for David Stearns. This is going to tell us a lot about David Stearns. Like, oh, that evaluation time and this and that. Nah. You have enough right here to make this team a winner if you make the right moves and you have the resources for it. You have the billionaire owner. You have what some people are arguing now, maybe the number one, top two, three, whatever the hell farm system, which is also resources, right? Whether you bring these guys up to help on the major league level or you use them to get pieces in here to help on the major league level. I know you're someone that, it seems like almost every day you cooking up a trade or something or a guy that wants to come over, right? Well, some of those guys, we're going to have to use some of those resources. But I'm not going to, listen, like I said, I guess I wear my emotions on my sleeves. You could, I'm easy if you're here. I'm emotional, right? But I early on in 25, I was like, yo, I feel good about this team. We're in the best position that we've been in my lifetime as a Met fan. You know what I'm saying? We have an owner who has the resources and is willing to put up the resources, right? Because there's a lot of owners who have money, but they're like, yo, unless this team makes money, I'm not putting up my own money. You know what I'm saying? And they won't invest the way that Steve Cohen is willing to invest and maybe take some losses, right? So I'm like, yo, we have good ownership. We have probably the best front office that we've had. Right? And I'm not talking about, I know Frank Cashin and them, you know what I'm saying? But like in my adult life and stuff. And yes, those are that's my baby. That's when I became a fan, you know what I'm saying? With those guys.
I mean,
But the
look,
best front office, and not because I've met him or anything like that, but I'm a fan of Mendy. You know what I'm saying? I thought Mendy did well in 24. Now 25, different story. So I say all that to say I'm not too optimistic. I'm not pessimistic. I'm on some like show me. They all
look,
gotta show me. I need to see, man.
you got to show us for real because look, this is year 3 of David Stearns. We're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't mean to bring this whole New York thing into it, but bro, we will sniff you out here. This is not Milwaukee. You're far away from Milwaukee. This is New York. You're year 3 of your 5-year contract. You can sit in front of a mic and sound smart. You can throw these $10 words at us, these holistic words at us. You can say that you wish you were more aggressive. You know what? We're gonna see if you're gonna be more aggressive this offseason because if you're not and you were just up there blowing smoke, bro, you're gonna get run out of New York. Simple as that, my man.
Yeah. And we gotta see if he also can get out of his comfort zone. And listen, I know it's maybe unfair to say he's just a mid-market GM, but that's what he's been, right? And yes, he worked with the limitations that he had, and he did a hell of a job doing it. He did a hell of a job doing it. And that's what you would think, you would hope that you could bring someone like that and put him and give him more resources and that can translate. And now he's able to do even better. But he has to show us that he's able to get out of or operate out of those limitations. And people are like, oh, you got to show me, man.
You gotta show me.
You got to show me what are you looking for? What are you looking for, Flip? What do you think should
I
be
mean,
priority number one for the New York Mets this
I, I
offseason?
mean, priority number one is bring back Edwin Diaz over anything that the Mets do. And the reason why I say that is because look, I gave you the list of names that are available through the free agents, through the trades, and there's not a lot of closers available, elite closers. You know what I'm saying? It's probably 2 or 3, maybe 3. There's 2, maybe. That's elite. So when we talk about that position being as scarce as it is, the closer position, you got to bring back Edwin Diaz. Bringing back Edwin Diaz is a non-negotiable. He's got to come back. But as far as what the Mets do, I'm open to a lot of possibilities. Look, I saw a flawed ass team in 25. I understand the offseason is going to go depending on what the Mets do with Pete Alonso. Because if the Mets pivot from Pete Alonso, then they're going to pivot everywhere else in the infield or outfield. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay. I'm okay with entertaining different possibilities. Bringing Pete back or letting Pete walk. I'm open to a lot of things. There's one thing that I'm very interested in And I'm gonna ask you, what do you want from the Mets at the DH position? Do you want the DH position to be a position where you're rotating guys, or do you want the DH position to be a position where you got one guy who's going to hit 25 bombs, 90 RBIs? That's my DH for 162.
I really don't have a problem either way. Now, I'm old school. Listen, I think all this flexibility and this and that means you're not good, right? You got too much of something means you don't really have jack a lot of the time. You want to keep the DH spot open. It's because you don't have anybody good enough to hold it down. That's naturally how I feel. So I wouldn't have a problem. You're gonna tell me we wouldn't want to have a Schwarber in there every day DHing? Who's gonna say no to that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess it depends. I like again now I'm more open to it. I understand the whole keeping it open thing, especially with a team like the Mets. It may be a good idea to have the DH where you can pop in a Soto in there every now and then, pop in a Pete in there if he comes back every now and then, and so on and so forth. Nimmo, unless they trade him, you know what I'm saying, to get him off their feet. So I get that, but naturally, if I could get somebody that's good, I put him in there. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
when I tell you that I'm open to a lot of possibilities, I'm almost fascinated, and I kind of put it out there today. I'm fascinated now with the idea of moving Nemo to DH, because when I tell you that if I'm looking for 25 home runs, 90 RBIs out of that position, bro, that's Brandon Nemo's production over 162. You know what I'm saying? So look no further when you got a DH in Brandon Nemo, and the next thing for us to do then, if we have a depending on what you're gonna do with center field, because we heard the Luis Robert, we heard the bench. If you want to move them with the DH, then you could go get a Luis Robert. You could bring Ben to play left field. Or if you want to move my man Soto to left field, that's a position he came up playing before he moved to right. You know what I'm saying? You could do that too. And strike big in right field. Just kind of leave that open out there. But I'm open to a lot of things, man.
no, I'll get behind anything. I have my preferences. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Everybody knows. I would like to see Pete Alonso continue to be a Met. And I'm not gonna talk about whether he has to agree to be like who the hell does that? Who the hell does that? Those are things that happen naturally. Like, yeah, they may talk about it.
Hey guys,
like,
welcome to Mac Gaming.
But at the end of the day, all I want is to put the best team out there. You know? So you're gonna tell me you're gonna put Nemo at DH and bring in a left fielder? Who's that left fielder though? Bring in a center fielder, you're gonna tell me Luis Robert? I guess.
I mean, look, center field is interesting because Brett Benj is probably on my list of untouchables. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm high on the kid. But if they feel that he can be, in play for 26, then you know what? Go out and get a stopgap for center field. And I'm toying around with the idea. If you're gonna go with Tyrone Taylor out there, bro, fucking throw Luis Angel Acuna out there in center field in the spring. If you think my man Bench can come up and be a
I've
factor.
actually seen people mention bringing back Bader as that stopgap.
I mean, Bader had such a good season. I don't think he's gonna try to play that role. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's probably gonna want a multi-year deal to get some reps
I
out
agree.
there.
I agree. But that's something also that I've been thinking about. Like, how much I know a lot of the fans do. The fans, prospects, and go get this guy. And then when you say, okay, you want to get that guy, but this is what we got to trade. No. We can't trade that because we love these fucking prospects. And we're gonna have a show. I'm gonna have a guest on Thursday to educate my dumb ass on these prospects, right? Because I don't give a damn about prospects. Right now, of course, as they get close, I don't have time to watch these guys. And I'm not gonna go off of these stupid scouting reports and like they all look good. You know what I mean? And then what they do in the minors, no. Now when they get close and I'm able to see them, and if I see something I like, I'm like, okay, but I've been through the last minute. I've been through Fernando Martinez. I've been through freaking when I thought Ike Davis was that guy. I remember talking to my uncle when he came out. Yo, uncle, yo, I like his swing. Shout out to my uncle Tito, man. I like his swing. Yo, look at una mierda. You feel what I'm?
Escrito.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, like, all of these prospects, it sounds good. Jet Williams. You know who I like as far as the prospects? Nolan McLean. I like him, but I seen him. I know. I think he can be good. Now he could turn out to be garbage, right? But I seen him and I think he could be good. All these other guys, like I'm trying to win now, man. And I'm not saying that none of them could come up, but I say all that to say I do wonder what does David Stearns think about these guys?
I mean, you got to be careful because yeah, we can mention the Lastings Milledge, the Fernando Martinez, that this guy, that guy, but bro, in my years that I've been watching Mets baseball, this is probably the best I've ever seen the Mets farm. Are we talking about first tier prospects, second tier prospects, bro? There's a reason why we got a top five farm in baseball. You know what I'm saying? So, we got to cautious a little bit when we say just trade the farm or go a guy and get that guy and trade whomever. I do have a list of untouchables, and again, Nolan McLean, he's not. Don't even put him on the prospect list. Carson Bench is going to be our number one prospect once the season begins. He's my untouchable, especially if he can be a factor in 26. But as far as like the rest of the guys, if there's a guy out there that you can get, if you could get a schoolboy, trade two of the top guys, I'm okay with that.
Are you trading both Tong and Sproat in a schoolboy trade?
I would. Why not? And again, if the Mets do something like that, I think it's with the understanding that they know they're gonna negotiate a deal. And if Scoop talking with the Tigers now for an extension, that means that Boris is looking to maybe extend. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Well,
he
it's a little
he
bit different. That's the team that he came up with, right? That actually means something to some guys. So he himself may be like, you know what? I'll talk extension with the Tigers because I would like to stay here my whole career, and that's something that I've read lately that he wants to stay there. So he may be willing to talk extension with them, but then if he gets traded and be like, nah, I ain't talking extension with nobody, and
I just
maybe
think
he
it's
does. I don't know.
I think it's hard for a pitcher to do because if you're a position player, you can do that. But if you're a pitcher, bro, you blow out your arm, your career's over. You know what I'm saying? With the lockout looming, you're not going to turn away 300 million this offseason because you want to play out 26 and see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'd be a little. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be a little reluctant to include both of those guys in there. Maybe I'd include one of them, right? Obviously, at least one of them, and maybe there's another pitcher a little bit lower. But again, this is coming from someone who doesn't know all of these processes. I can't even tell you now. I'd rather put Sproat and such, or Tang and such with a couple of other guys because we know it's gonna take more than two guys. We're just talking about where we include those two together in the trade. Um, but I also do wonder, man, like if Stearns is as high on some of these prospects and his top five farm system as some of the fans are, maybe he doesn't go out there and make some of the moves that we think or we want, that we hope that he's going to make. Because you're like, why am I going to make those moves when I got these guys coming up? Remember the whole Sandy Alderson, why go trade for Giancarlo Stanton when I got Brandon Nimmo? Remember that?
Yeah, yes,
So,
yes
dime,
and no.
manito, ¿qué es lo que?
Yeah, yes and no to that. Only because look, we both saw what happened in 25, and going into the offseason, the Mets need to acquire a pitcher who's going to give you 170 to 200 innings. And I don't think we could go into the season and say we're going to expect 150 innings from a Jonah. We're going to expect 150 innings from a Sproat. You know what I'm saying? So, um, my man David Stern is cornered into a position where he's got to go out and get two arms that can give you that type of length.
Do you think we need two arms?
We absolutely need two arms. I think that if you're gonna toy around with the idea of moving Senga, it's because you probably want to replace that with an additional arm. I think the Mets need to go the route of if they're gonna trade for a pitcher, they can do that at Scooble, and then the other combination would be maybe sign one of the free agents, but definitely two arms.
Wait, you said trade Senga? You think they'll trade Senga?
I mean, there was a report today that said there were Will Salmon said that there's teams who've been interested in Senga. So
Oh, I
I
missed
think
that.
if they move Senga, I think it's with the logic of maybe replacing him with one of those guys that can give you that type of length.
Yeah, you would think so. Or maybe small market Stearns is thinking, no, I'm gonna move Senga because I don't fucking know. Somebody coming up in the minors, or who's that guy? Graber, whatever the hell his name is, that we just signed. You know what I'm saying? I'm being a little bit of a jackass, but Stearns got to show me, guys. I'm sorry, man. Like he needs to show me that he means business. I hope he means business. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's able to pull off a trade for one of these guys, or go out there and sign. I don't know, Rangers Suarez and
No, no, man. You give me
I
another
don't know
soft
him either.
toss and lefty.
I was
I'm
gonna
like,
say Valdez, but people are telling me nah, no Framber Valdez. I'm like, why not no Framber Valdez? And then I see John Heyman post something earlier, and I'm like, this is what we don't want. Are we seeing this? Why we don't want this? Let me see if I can find it. Where's this guy at? Where is it? He's talking about this guy posts so much stuff. Framber Valdez, well, this is what he's talking about. He's at the GM meetings. He's tied with Max Fried for most wins this decade and second in quality starts to Zach Wheeler. He made another post about another number or another like good quality about Valdez. Like I said before, man, I see him being able to come in here and be like our CC Sabathia to the Yankees. But maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I'm
Valdez,
not.
you can sign me up for Valdez, but if we're gonna go like shop in the Ranger Suarez section, like hard pass. I'm sorry, I don't need another soft toss and lefty.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. Michael King. I'm good with Michael King. Now, where are you on the young guys that we have already seen? Because that's another thing. Like we have a bunch of young guys that we were hype about. Alvy, hype, number one prospect, number one prospect in baseball was Francisco Alvarez. We're still waiting for that. I remember when Ahmed Rosario was the number one prospect in baseball. Now he's a utility guy. What, like 8 years into into his career?
I mean, when you say the ones we haven't seen, you're talking about the ones like
No, no,
the
no. The guys that we
Ewings,
have seen. Where are you on these guys that
like
we have seen?
like
The Alvis, Vientos, Beatty, Acuna, Mauricio. Because I don't think, especially I keep Alvi aside because he's the catcher, and I'm not giving up on Alvi yet. You know what I'm saying? But those four guys there, we talk about these young guys that are coming up and the log jam. Can the Mets come back with those four guys being part of the organization still? Should they look to actively try to move those guys, even if you're not able to maximize the highest value in the trade, but just to clear room for other guys that are coming up?
I mean, we got some holes to fill out, and I don't think the Mets going into the offseason said that we're gonna try to upgrade catcher. So I just think that Alvi, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. I know he had an injury plagued season. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because of the potential. I know he got stuff to work out defensively, but as far as the other guys, I think, look, I know Brett Beatty gets a lot of criticism, but I think Brett Beatty took a huge step forward this year. My man hit 18 bombs in 130 games, and you put that over 162, that's probably close to 25 home runs. You know what I'm saying? So, and he played solid defense at third base. My man, we saw him at second base. So I think, my man Brett Beatty took a huge step forward. Luis Angel Acuna, he never really got going. And this is why I gotta fault Mendy a little bit because I just feel that you tried him out there in center field that one inning against the Pirates, and because you was trying to give him some at bats, you trying to show a little versatility out there. There was probably a few games where you probably could have played him out there and you didn't, and you let him out to ride in the bench. And for a young player, it's just hard to get going. You know what I'm saying? The same thing goes with my man Ronnie Mauricio. My man was fucking rushed up here. My man Ronnie Mauricio, we see him at the hot corner. We saw him at second base. We've yet to see him in the outfield, but my man is versatile, and my man is a beast when healthy. So I think it was a lot to count on those guys, but I'm not ready to give up on any of them yet.
Interesting. Um, I'm with you on Mauricio. I was one that kept saying to everybody, Ronnie Mauricio should not come up in 2025. And if he does, he should be a September call up. Let him tear up Triple A and force his way up here, if anything. And obviously, he came up here because of the injury, and He was set to go back down and then got hot there like the last 2-3 games before Vientos was ready again, and that's why they kept him on here. But I agree that was a big mistake, and Ronnie's like the one out of all of them that I'm like,
So
it's
look,
incomplete. It's
yeah,
incomplete. Like so, it's like I definitely got to put Ronnie aside too. I think Ronnie should be playing in DR right now.
I mean, this is when I got to give David Stern some shit. You know what I'm saying? Because look, Viento goes down right with that injury in LA, and Ronnie is beginning to ramp it up in AAA, and he calls him up. He's desperate, David Stearns. He calls him up, and you're like, my man, like if you know that there's a possibility that Vientos is not done for the season, that's probably going to be a month stint or 2 months. And if you call up Ronnie Mauricio, you're not going to send him back down because you're going to have one option left that you're not going to, send down because you wouldn't want to go into 26 with Ronnie Mauricio being out of option. So, what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot to put on a player.
Listen, I know everybody keeps talking about that option stuff. I don't know if that's why they didn't want to send them back down or not.
But the thing is,
It,
look, if you're David Stearns, you can't say that you're not gonna bring up a player and have him sit down when he spoke about the prospects being called up. You don't want to call up a prospect just to have him sitting down. But bro, you did that with Ronnie Mauricio because we didn't see Ronnie Mauricio play the last month of the season. You know what I'm saying? Because you wanted to keep that option here. So this is when
yeah,
I
yeah,
gotta
I
give up my
know.
money, run for
That's what
his
I'm
money.
saying. I don't know. I don't know if that's why they kept him up, but if that's why they kept him up, that's terrible. That's terrible because you stunted that guy's growth, in my opinion. I don't want to hear about this. You can learn a lot by sitting on a major league bench. That's nonsense. Not that is nonsense. You can. We've seen guys do that, but you're a little bit closer, and you're not sitting on the bench learning for 3 months
Hmm.
like it felt like he was. You know what I'm saying? So I think he should be playing winter ball, and I think he should spend. He should be like earmarked for AAA in 2026. That should be where he's going. And you go down there, you master that, you get yourself another 300 at bats, and then we'll bring you up here maybe because that's what he needed. Like even when Ronnie came up in 24, he did a little good, but even they were still saying he needs some more growth. He needs some more maturation at the plate. His swing still needs some more work. He swings at too many bad pitches, and that's exactly what we saw. The guy, but then he gets hurt. Not in 24 and 23. He gets hurt, misses a whole year of baseball, has a couple of setbacks. And I know you're saying they rushed him up here like it, but there were fans calling up here for Ronnie even before Vientos got hurt. I was fighting these fans. Like, no. And like, oh, you hate Ronnie. Okay, I hate Ronnie. I've been wanting Ronnie to come up since they gave him that cup of tea in spring training like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whenever the hell it was. And he was a little skinny kid.
Look, man, the only way I'm moving Ronnie is, and I'm gonna just quote the Pope from Queen's Baseball. My man wants to help out the economy out there in Cleveland. As the only way I'm moving Ronnie, one Dominican for another Dominican. But aside from that, bro, my man needs to spend some time in Syracuse and figure it out.
Yeah, for sure. But listen, for me, I'm sorry. I don't think you come back with all those guys. It's just nothing. It's just a lot of nothing with them guys. Go get me somebody else that could be on the bench. Go get some real bench players. I know baseball doesn't like to do that anymore. To have that veteran bench guy that can pinch hit, that can play once a week, whatever the hell it may be. I can't have all of these guys sitting there doing nothing. So either you trade Beatty or Vientos, choose one of them. If you ask me, I'm choosing Vientos. I don't give a damn what anybody says. All that run prevention crap or Beatty. Beatty looked decent to me at third base. It wasn't like he's no Gold Glover. You know what I'm saying? He
I
made tons of errors too.
I kind of seen that scenario being floated around with the idea of like bringing back a Starling Marte. Like I don't understand the logic of bringing back a guy because he's like this veteran voice. Like, bro, what kind of
No, no, no.
production
I'm
is going
not
to give
trying
me
to
off the
bring
bench?
nobody for a veteran. I'm just talking about someone that is better equipped. Like back in the days, there were guys better equipped to pinch hit to come off the bench. I'm not just saying to
No,
be
that's
a
not that's
veteran.
what I'm saying. Like if we're gonna get a no, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying that I've seen that scenario where fans want like a Starling Marte back. And to your point, my man, I'm old school. If you got a righty coming off the bench, yo, my man better give me some fucking home run pop. If I got a lefty coming off the bench, my man better be give me some lefty pop. Now on Starling Marte, like what type of role do you want from that type of player?
No, yeah. Listen, Marte, it was good. Yeah, Lenny Harris, exactly, Darren. Um, and shout out to Marte for taking on the role that he took this year and for doing it well. But I'm not trying to bring Marte back. I'm not trying to bring Marte back.
My
Like,
man want to be the clubhouse manager. You know what I'm saying, for the vibes.
well, he
He
said he
bringing
would. He
Monte,
said he
but
would take the first base coach's job.
nah, he didn't say that. He not. He got there's some troll on IG on Twitter. He ran with that, but he
Oh,
didn't say that.
is that what?
Yeah. Motherfucker be trolling up in there.
um, but no, man. Like, I really do. I think I need. And listen, especially when you're talking about the Carson Benjins and the Jet Williamses and all of these other young guys that are supposed to come out. Like, where the hell are they gonna play? A lot of people say, "Oh, well, move the Brandon Nimmo." Like, come on, man. I'm not trying to move away from established guys for some hope when I'm trying to win. Like, that's not the kind of party we're having here right now. We're not in the
We
Marlins. We're not the Marlins right now. We're not, I don't know, the Cincinnati Reds.
So it's funny you say that because we've kind of toyed with this scenario, Randy, today, and I'm gonna just ask you and just put it out there. If you were given the chance to say that the Mets or the choice that the Mets are gonna win the World Series in
Oh, I
26,
saw this.
but they were gonna go blank for the next 9 years, would you sign up for that versus the Mets are gonna be perennial World Series contenders for the next 10 years?
The perennial contenders. Yeah, I know that sounds good, and you want sustained success. I need a freaking championship, bro.
But that's the thing. What's going all out right now? I think that, yeah, again, there's a lot of sexy names out there in the free agent market. We could go out and get them without having to trade our assets. But when you say that you just want to win, are we just gonna sacrifice everything and get the Mets are getting they got an aging Nimmo, they got an aging Lindor. You know what I'm saying? We got to get younger somewhere. And so
Right.
this is
Okay.
like,
But that's the thing. We're gonna get younger someday. We got the aging. We got these aging guys that you're invested in to win. So try to win with them. They're aging, but they're not aged. They still have 4 years left. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm not saying you trade everybody, you mortgage everything. But if you're gonna keep telling me like, oh well, I can't trade these. Then you know what? Then trade Lindor, trade Nimmo. Don't bring Pete back. Find a way to trade Manaya and really blow it up and tell me, you know what? We're gonna this. I don't think we can win with this team. Have some guts, David Stearns, and tell me I don't think we can win with this team. And I'm not gonna keep investing in this team and making bad investments so that I will never be able to win. And I get my ass fired before my contract is even done. So I've talked to Steve, and this is the best path. We ain't gonna like it, and it better work. And I don't know. Let's go be the Houston Astros. I don't want that. And I don't think we're in position to do that. You know what I'm saying? We have this owner with all of these resources. There's players out there right now as free agents that all it does is cost money. Yeah, luxury tax, whatever. He wanted to be a philanthropist, right? You want to make us happy. And I was one of the first people out here saying, yo, just because this guy has all this money doesn't mean that he's going to be reckless. But this is the path that they've taken. They've had 2 chances since Steve Cohen bought the team to break it down, take their time, and build it all up from the bottom. He could have done it when he first took over. He decided to go and get the Scherchers and all those guys. Didn't work out. He bringing David Stearns in here with the evaluation and then this and this and that. And David Stearns has told us, no, we're trying to compete. We're trying to win. And went and agreed to go give Juan Soto the money that they gave him. I know he inherited Lindor and Nimmo and those contracts. But nah, man. But that's me though. That's me though. I can't be with like, oh no, I gotta wait for these young guys. And I want 9 to 10 years that I may have a chance. That's the kind of talk that everybody goes crazy about. That when we hear of Brian Cashman, that he says he never said that. It's a crapshoot. The playoffs is a crapshoot. You just want to give yourself a chance. And no, I get it. Listen, trust me, I do. I want sustained success. But I think we could do both. I think we could do both. I really do.
I mean, he's gonna have to do a little bit of both. I think that he is gonna have to get a little uncomfortable and trade some of the guys, and he's gonna have to get uncomfortable and give a guy a long-term deal, a pitcher a long-term deal. So it is gonna have to be a little bit of both.
He's gonna have to get uncomfortable, but if he does the first thing you said that he needs to do, bringing back Edwin Diaz, that's already getting uncomfortable for him, because we know at least that's the reputation that he's built, that he's not willing to do those kind of deals, right? With relievers, closer.
I mean, the Mets had Edwin Diaz last year, and there was still a report that linked the Mets to like a Tanner Scott or something. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like uncomfortable, I wouldn't say that he'd be uncomfortable giving Edwin Diaz a new 4-year deal. Um, but he's gonna have to pay the bucks.
Bro, do we think, honestly speaking, how much you think Diaz has been at the level that he is right now? How much you think he has left? A year?
I mean, it's tough because relievers are so up and down. I mean,
Right,
when we got Edwin Diaz in what 2018, bro, he lost his closer role in 2019.
right.
We saw, you know what I'm saying? So relievers, and we wanted him out the door. We were like, yo, we lost his fucking trade. You know what I'm saying? Like
We
relievers
didn't
are
think he could
so
pitch in
up
New
and
York. At
down.
least I didn't think he could pitch in New York.
No, yeah, of course. That was a conversation then. And so, but as far as what he got left, he hasn't lost anything in terms of like velocity. I know he's not throwing 102, but who does? You know what I'm saying? He hasn't lost anything, and his stuff is still sharp. He's still the best out there, and you got to go get him.
I say that to say we adverse to giving him 4 years because we worried about what, the last year in that contract, right? If he's asking, if the thought is that he's gonna want 4 years, he's what, 31? That's gonna take him to what, 35?
See,
Isn't
I'm
that
okay.
Suarez dude? Isn't Suarez like 34 already? So my point is, I'm not willing to take the chance of one of these other guys that I can get on a short-term deal because it's short-term and the risk is less, when I don't know if they can perform here in New York. I know that Edwin Diaz can. Like you said, we saw him. We wanted him as ass out of here. We wanted to run him out of town. Now we love him. Now we playing air trumpets when he comes in the game. You know what I'm saying? I know what he can do. I'm pretty sure I can get another good 2, maybe 3 years at least out of Edwin Diaz. I can't give him 4 years. I'd rather take a chance with one of these other guys. Nah, not me.
Yeah, that makes sense what you just said there, because the Mets. I mean, he
And almost
opted
all
out
these
of
guys
what?
are older, Flip.
He
Almost all these other guys are older, bro.
he opted out of what, 3 years? You know what I'm saying? So to your point, my man, like you were willing to give him 3 more years. Yeah, two of those 3 years were not guaranteed for Diaz because he had the club option, not the player option. But if you were still willing to give him 3 more years, bro, just add 1 more year, give him the 4-year deal and the 80-90 million dollars that he's looking for.
And means that you keep saying that Suarez has pitched in huge games. Did Devin Williams not pitch in huge games before he got to the Yankees? Devin Williams pitched in the playoffs, right? For Milwaukee. And we beat him. How did he handle New York? Not too well. So I understand that Suarez has pitched in big games. Are we ready to waste another year while he then adjusts to New York and maybe he costs us a playoff run? We'll see. We'll see. I'd rather go with the short thing. But it's going to be an interesting offseason, man. It's going to be an interesting offseason. You know, One day you hear that teams are maybe moving on from players. Another day you hear, like I saw Terry Francona. People talk about Hunter Green, Hunter Green, Hunter Green, Hunter Green. Terry Francona comes like, yo, we ain't trading no Hunter Green. Pitching expensive. We can't go out there and freaking pay for pitching.
I mean, I know there was a report that came out today, but to your point, a pitcher with that much years of control, like, what's the logic behind that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to get better. You don't get better by trading your best.
Yeah, so we'll see, man. We shall see. Anything else you want to add, Flip, before we get out of here? Gotta get my.
Um, yeah, man, we got the DR versus PR
Oh
showdown
yes, I
on
forgot about
Saturday.
that.
I'll be there, be hosting the tailgate in La F. You guys are more than welcome to pull up. You don't got to bring J Jack shit. Just pull up, and we're gonna have a good time.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know if I want to be in City Field for any baseball in November. That's not Mets playoff baseball, especially when I looked at the weather for this Saturday. But oof, um, is there anybody there besides Cano?
Carlos Gomez is running that squad, so he'll be there for me to
Carlos
face.
Gomez is running the squad.
He's like the director of the team, yeah.
Wow! Shout out to
As
Carlos
far
Gomez. Who would
yeah,
have
shout out
thought?
to Gomez and shout out to my man Delgado. He's gonna be there as a coach for the PR team.
Right, right. I saw that.
But as
But
far
no,
as like known faces, look, who was it that said it? Ov said that this team was assembled through WhatsApp, and that's exactly what it is. It's gonna be a bunch of
yeah, I don't even
bodegueros.
know why they would do that in a year where the WBC is happening too. Like, and then they're trying to like bill it as this big DR versus PR, and it's like, guys, come on, might as well have us playing out there.
Yeah, the competition is. I'm going for the vibes. I'm not really going for the competition. I'd be lucky if I sit through 2 innings. But I know the vibes in the stands and what they do out there with the fucking the drummings and the band that they're probably gonna pull up there is gonna be lit.
Yeah, no, yeah, I've heard, man. I've heard about them things, man. It looks like a good vibe when they had the like the Dome games out here the last
Yeah,
couple
that's
of years.
yeah, them shits is lit because again, this is why I need my man Steve Cohen to bring back merengue nights. The League Dome series usually turns into like a concert after the game, so you got all these fucking urban artists
Yeah,
pulling up
yeah,
after that shit.
yeah,
Lit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They've done the concerts after it, but that's a little bit different because like at least you know what I'm saying. Like you know what that is or whatever, and then you have. I mean, and people are gonna be going nuts anyways. I don't know how true it is, and I don't know if you've been to any of those games. I don't know if it was the first time they had it where people were saying that they ran out of liquor, and I think it was like a specific liquor that everybody was buying, and they ran out of it. I'm like, how the hell, man? If anything, that's the thing that you need to have the most of because people need that to freaking stay warm out there, out there in that weather. Not no beers or anything. You need that hard stuff, man. But nah, man, have fun with that. I don't see myself coming out to that. But I sure as hell I drove by City Field today, bro. I almost took a video to post it on X. Like, yo, man, there she is, looking beautiful as always, even in this nasty rainy day. And I miss my baby. That's my baby. I know Shay, for a lot of people, but City's my baby, man. That's why I spend a lot of time. I can't wait to.
It's funny you mentioned driving by City because I drove by MetLife Stadium the other day. I don't know if I'm the only one, bro. MetLife Stadium reminds me so much of Shea Stadium. Just driving by and just seeing the
No, come
layout
on,
of the
come on,
stadium.
don't do Shay
It
like
does. No,
that.
it
That
does. It
that
does.
that thing
It's
looks
the layout.
disgusting, man. MetLife Stadium is disgusting,
It
bro.
reminds me so much of Big O Shea, man.
Nah, Shay was beautiful too, though. I used to like going by Shay with the neon and all that good stuff. Man, life is just disgusting. That I don't know what the hell they were thinking when they built MetLife, bro. For real, for real. I really don't. Um, but nah, man, it's listen. Like we said, GM meetings tomorrow. A lot of work to do for with these Mets. Do you go get a Bregman? Do you go get Bregman and Josh Naylor, put them at third and first? and do some maneuvering like that. I don't know. People think that I just like, oh, well, Pete. No, I just don't like the way some people talk about Pete and the way Pete gets killed for doing what almost every player does. Turn down the first deal he was offered. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look, I'm
Wanted to
always
go
an
out there,
advocate.
shop himself, and get paid as much as possible and get as many years as possible. It just hasn't worked out for him.
Good for P. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always an advocate for players getting paid, but you know what I'm saying, if you think your work's X amount and you can get it elsewhere and the Mets are not willing to pay it, I would understand him for walking. I'll be honest.
No, yeah, for sure. So would I. And listen, I've said it a few times. Pete ain't giving us no home time discount. Pete is not happy. Pete feels disrespected. And before anybody says it, disrespected, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. As far as him being disrespected, if he feels disrespected, that's all that matters. Whether he's right or wrong, that's how he feels, and he's gonna act on it. You know what I'm saying? But I've also said, and I said it differently before, but yo, David Stearns, because people keep saying, "Oh, David Stearns is not gonna play the game," and let the Mets string him along and all of this stuff. We'll see. We also know that David Stearns likes when markets crash, so he may wait around to see if Pete allows the markets crashes again. But if he's gonna move on, then let it be known. Let it be known. Say we're moving, we're going in a different direction. We appreciate Pete's time as a Met, but good luck in your future endeavors. We're going a different direction. We feel for the Mets right now, the best thing to do is to try to use our resources in a different way. We're not gonna like it. Some of us are not gonna like it. But we behind it. At the end of the day, it's about this. METS. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I love me Juan Soto, rap, Dominican, all that shit. Peter Alonso, my guy. I love me some Brandon Nimmo. But I want the Mets to win, bro. Sooner rather than later. And
That's right.
whatever path David Stearns takes, you better hope this shit is right. And leads to a World Series. Like, for me, he's on a short leash, Flip. I don't know about you, bro.
I
Like,
mean,
I
look,
need
man.
some results from Stearns quick. I know you're talking about the 9 years of consistency and what did you say exactly? I'm not gonna say sustained winning because you used another way to describe it, but to be a perennial contender, I get it. I need some results from Stearns fast, bro. This guy was brought in here with a lot of hype. With a lot of hype. In the next 2 years, I need to feel like, yo, like if we don't win the World Series, I can't feel like it's because of Stearns. You said
I mean,
what I'm trying to say? Like if
I
we
mean,
don't win the World Series, we like I gotta feel like it's because of something else.
I mean, forget about next 2 years. How about next year? Like, now I'm not saying
No,
win the World Series. I'm not saying win the World Series, but look, man, we had a $300 million payroll and we won 83 games, my man. Bro, we got a $300 million payroll. We got to be in it for sure. You know what I'm saying? We got to be printing playoff tickets in spring training. It's inexcusable. So when you say he got to get the ball rolling, bro, he better have a good winner, man, and put us back in competition.
you better be proactive instead of reactive, like he was, like he's always been, and like he should have been at the trade deadline. Like you said, you had a $300 million payroll, and you can see the thing falling apart, and you let it fall apart. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to win next year. I want to win every damn year. That's why I get so upset when I feel like we're not going to win throughout the year.
You know, just get prepared because this team for 26, man, is gonna look different as fuck for next year.
It just better be good, bro. It just better be good. I don't care if it looks different. It needs to look different. That's the reality. Listen, I said this before. You can't watch the playoffs and not say to yourself, like, damn, we don't make that play. We don't get that base. You know what I'm saying? So I love Pete. I'd be lying if I didn't say, damn, when I watch Vladdy to make some of those plays, but we can't get Vladdy, so it don't matter.
I think that's why I'm so fascinated with the idea of like a Josh Naylor and a Bregman, because yeah, we can't be the Blue Jays. We got to be the best version of the Mets, but bro, we can steal their blueprint. What's their blueprint, bro? They don't strike out. They put the ball in play. And when we look at a guy like Bregman and a Josh Naylor, we're looking at two guys who don't strike out over 100 times in a single season. So we're talking about guys who put the ball in play. You know what I'm saying? And that creates traffic on the bases. That creates more runs and
Yeah, for
better
sure. But
glove.
I've wanted to do that before the Blue Jays. Like I think everybody should be trying to do that. Like I hate that 3 true outcome bullshit. I can't stand it, bro.
I mean, we
You know
heard
what I'm saying?
about David Stearns and his run prevention, and we saw that run prevention in the fucking World Series, my man. So you know what? We need to get a better defender third base, get it some better defender first base, if we let Pete walk.
Yeah, we'll see. Listen. I'm a big Josh Naylor guy, but not because I think he's a better defender than Peter. I just like his bat. I wanted Josh Naylor to trade that line, and people are like, "Where you gonna put him?" I'm gonna put him in a fucking lineup. Is where I'm gonna put him. How you mean where I'm gonna put him? I'm gonna put him in a damn lineup, DH somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like figure the hell out. Like I'm never gonna be not want to bring more talent in. So I just don't know if that's a pivot that I want to make. You know what I'm saying? And I think the run prevention thing, I he could have said it 100 million times. I know Joe Sherman is running with it. My homie Cowboy Met, who made me make an appearance on here soon, is talking about how many times he said it. I get it. Run prevention, run prevention, run prevention. Get some better pitching, and then you have some better run prevention. You know what I mean? But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Yo, Flip, appreciate you, my brother.
No, thanks for having me, man.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate you,
man.
bro.
Um, like I told Randy, I think I told you before, I plan on doing a couple of different things this year, man. And one of the listen, I'll even talk about it here. I wanna do like a little roundtable type thing, you know what I'm saying, throughout the year, where maybe once a month, get 3, 4 heads in here. And it don't have to be the same heads. Maybe we have a crew and we rotate whoever's available. And nobody catch feelings if you left out. But this is the date. You in or you're out. Oh, you're not in this week? Okay. I mean, you're not in this month, next month. Or maybe we do it twice a month, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, but I like to keep it Latino, you know what I'm saying? But anyways,
Yeah, man.
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Um, Eddie's white, man. Eddie can't be part of this.
Yeah,
No, it's my guy Eddie. Shout out to Eddie, man. Eddie's doing his Knicks thing right now, man. Eddie's head what do you call it? All in on the Knicks. But now we've been talking about doing a MTU, a Mets Talk Unfiltered for you guys. Bring my guy Eddie. I know Eddie wants to talk some Mets stuff too. So we'll cook that up. But man, it's only so much your boy could do. You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing a lot of these things. And now it's gonna kick up with the off season and all that. So we'll see how that goes. But on that note, once again, Flip, appreciate you, my brother. Hope everybody enjoyed this version of the conversation with a Super Mets fan. And man, I hope little Flip gets into baseball, man. Take away the electronics.
I'm gonna force him,
If we
bro. I'm
start.
gonna delete the Fortnite. I'm gonna delete everything, bro. I'm gonna force him. I'm gonna have him
But
play
does
MLB
he
The Show
like
tomorrow.
playing at least? Does he like playing catch and stuff like that or no?
No, he plays. I take him to the park. He plays, but I just got to get him to fall in love with the game. You know what I'm saying?
You'll fall in love with it, man. Just keep him playing. Keep him playing. Now, gotta make him good too. Like if he's out there striking out, he ain't gonna like that. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying? Try to
future
try
first round
to
pick, bro.
make him a catcher or a pitcher or
Nah,
whether it's
he's gonna
action.
be
You know what I'm saying?
the
Because if he gets stuck in the
Dominican.
outfield,
Nah, he's gonna
he'd
be
be
Dominican
bored.
Otani, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he's always involved, so he doesn't get bored. You know what I mean?
He's gonna be
Because
Dominican Otani.
obviously,
Minus the gambling.
yeah. Well, oh my God, yo, bro, come on. What's up with our peoples though, too, man?
They do it too, bro. What do you mean, our people? Everybody does it. They just don't get caught
No,
because they got
but
fucking
but
Japanese
but these
interpreters.
two idiots got caught on some dumb shit though. Class A and fucking what's the other guy's name? Ortiz.
I mean,
Like,
Dominican's always trying to find shortcuts to something, bro. He found an easy way to try to make 7 bands off of one pitch, and it's unfortunate, man. It's
it's
fucking dumb as
ridiculous.
fuck. You ask me.
It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I don't know what the hell these sports are gonna do. I saw something where they're trying to now limit how you bet on those props and all of this stuff. But let me say this, man. I'm the biggest hypocrite too because I do my little thing, place my little wages here and there. There was ways to get around it. I wasn't one like, legalize gambling. Like, nah, man, leave that shit illegal, bro. Fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, once I feel like games are fixed for real, like, and I can't, like, I'm done. That's when I'm really done with all this crap. No more sports for me. If I can't trust that the games are legit, like, nah, I can't. I'm out.
I mean, there's always going to be some type of fuckery. Somebody's always going to try to find a workaround or something. Some gaps.
Yeah. Yeah, well, now they're going to find themselves doing fucking 60 years for being jackasses. But anyways.
Hey, you know what? If that means that the Guardians are going to blow up that team because they don't got their all-star clothes and they consider trading J-Ram, why not, man? It was worth it.
Now we're talking, you know what I mean? Now we're talking. You want to talk to me about trading for J-Ram? I'm all in on that. I'm all in for that pivot. I wanted J-Ram before. Shut the fuck up, heck. Anyways, check my guy MasterFlip out, man. You find him on X. It's in the description at MasterFlip _ doing the spaces with the Queens baseball guys, all that good stuff. My guy does the fucking tailgates. As you heard, he's doing one this Saturday. Gonna be out there, but you better have some them shits that keep you warm, some warmers and all. Yeah,
the fucking snow coat.
Bundle up, and bring some Brugal, bro. But yeah, man, we'll do it again soon, brother.
Yes, sir.
You already know what it is, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I apologize we couldn't get to too much of the comments, but once I get to talking, I talk too much, man. Even Flip couldn't talk too much. I'm sure he's thinking like, this fucking guy brings me on here. He doesn't shut the hell up. All he does is talk. But that's what we do here on Blunt Thoughts. We give you blunt thoughts. I'm just kidding, man. I'm fucking tired. I gotta get the hell out of here. Yo, Flip, hablamos, mi hermano. Ya tú sabes. Gracias, manito.
Take care, bro.
Appreciate you, man. You already know what it is, everybody, man. Have a good night. Thanks for joining. Thanks for participating, man. Shout out to Darren for contributing, man. Appreciate you. Guys know what it is, man. All day, every day. Let's go, Mets, man. Have a good night, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Damn, I don't want to screw his name up. But from the Mets pod, Joe DeMayo, I think it's how you pronounce it. Joe DeMayo will be joining me Thursday night, 8 o'clock. So looking forward to that. Like I said, it's more to educate my dumb ass on the minor leagues and all that good stuff and get his thoughts on our New York Mets. But you already know what it is, man. Have a good night, everybody. Let's go, Mets. Peace.
Animals and we made ourselves with minimal. Fuck you, no subliminals. Putting in this work, nigga. That's why they feelings hurt, nigga. Swear we need a hearse cause we rep our shites to the dirt, nigga. If I'm in the club